Hello everyone, Olga with you. Today my video again about story of captured soldier. I didn't do it for a long time. I was following many stories and I was watching many of them, and I didn't find them really interesting to retell because simply not really something very special. So today I find somehow more or less interesting guy, and I just want to retell you his story published on Volodymyr Zolkin channel a couple of days back. Okay, so our guy today is, his name is Valentin. He is 23 years old and he was in Ukraine somehow from the first day of invasion. So it's some kind of very interesting to hear his point of view. He entered Ukraine on 24 February 2022, since the first day of war, at night actually. And before that time, by that time he was serving in army as per contract. So first he was in city Kursk, where he was somehow, as he said, he was establishing camps, he was doing some kind of like I don't know, organizing work. Then they bring them to the border next to Sumy region, and in 24 February they wake up everybody and they just said that you need to sit on the cars and you need to on the like military vehicles and you need to go. Actually, as what he's saying, they didn't know where they're going exactly. They didn't exactly understand what they need to do. They just told them that you need to go, and everybody went. And so they didn't focus with the journalist so much on the details what he was doing. He said that in general that first he was in Sumy region, and you know that these regions got liberated from Russians something like after 1 month since invasion started approximately. So on that moment he didn't talk about any atrocities. He didn't say that we didn't shoot anybody, we didn't kill anybody, we just entered with our military. He don't consider that he is the occupant, for example. He don't consider that this is invasion. They just come, but why they come, he don't know. So somehow like this is what he was saying. We cannot 100% trust his words, but this is just, I'm translating you what he is delivering in the video. So he said that in the first months they start having many guys who refuse to fight further, and mostly as per what he was saying, they was complaining on conditions in which they was living, not on the killing and all this idea that they don't want to kill people or something. No, he said that they was feeling so much cold because March in Ukraine is still some kind of like winter. You can have snow, you can have frost, so the temperature below zero. And he said many people was having problems with their legs. They was getting so much frozen to the level that it was hard to walk. And in that moment many people start refusing, that they don't want to fight, they don't want to go further anywhere. And he said among 70 people that was some kind of in his close group, 20 of them decided they want to stop and they don't want to fight more. And he was one of them. So what happened after? He said, yes, these people, the rest who didn't refuse to fight, they sent them somewhere to other places because these areas was becoming liberated, so they would not stay anymore in Sumy region. So they sent some soldiers to some places, and these guys, they bring them some top one of high position guys, some kind of general or something, and he was saying that you have a contract. So he was pressurizing them as per his words, that you signed a contract and you must serve, and if you will not go, it would be considered that you are deserted soldiers and you will go to prison, because you can say it's done, your normal life finished. If you have wife, kids, parents, it's all very bad. And the prisons and the conditions in prisons are really very bad, I guess. Fighting in Ukraine and living even on the field would make you feel better than you are sitting in the prison. So anyway, they didn't send those guys to fight directly. I guess Russian army in general was facing this problem in the first months when they start losing so much and they start withdrawing people and returning them back, or totally sending them to different locations. I guess the general moral things in army was bad, and they know that if we will through them, now the soldiers, they will not bring us any value at all. So I guess they was having some idea, their commanders, that okay, we need to keep these people a bit aside or fight for some time. So he said they bring them to some kind of camp, so they wasn't on the front line, but they was in some kind of back. And they was organizing, again, doing some kind of building functions, building some kind of like organizing the camps, bringing beds, all this kind of things. So such kind of work for a month, I guess. Yeah, they was keeping them for a month there. Then they again sent them to Kharkiv to somehow front line. So that was happened in May, and this guy, he got captured in the middle of September. Then they didn't cover so much all these events which was happening on that time, on the summer and all this. Just they reach directly to the point that, okay, tell me what happened when they capture you. So they capture him around city Kupiansk. This is when Ukrainian army was already having this offense, and they was going actively and freeing a lot of territories in the very fast speed. And it was around one place, and he said that how it happened. He was actually staying. They bring something like 70 people, I guess, again, or 50 people. They bring this group of people to this place. Then they said you need to get separated to some kind of small groups of people as per 5-6 persons. Everybody will have his own place to stay, and they need to watch everything, shoot if there is anything required, and so on. So he was staying around some bridge. And he got a task that he need to go and see how the situation is around, because they were staying in some city, I guess inside of city at all. So he said he exchanged his uniform to the civilian clothes, and he finds some 2 people in the military uniform. He wasn't sure this is Ukrainians or Russians, so he come back. He reported to his kind of like commander that there are 2 people in military uniform. They decided, okay, let us go all together to see who is this. Then they reach, fight started, boss starts shooting, he ran away, hide in some house. Then he said there was some kind of artillery shelling, airplane bombs, and airplane bombs, he said it was from the Russian side actually. So and other things, so many fights, something like for 1 hour. And he was waiting in some kind of house when the fight will finish, so he can actually go back to his position where he used to stay and see how the things there. And in that moment, to the house where he was hiding came Ukrainian soldiers. They noticed him, he asked to not kill him, and they captured him, and he became a prisoner of war. So this is the story how it happened. And then they called to his mom. His mom, she's somehow normal women, because sometimes some parents, they have very crazy positions and opinions about all the events, what's happening. His mom, she was just as many of such women. They're saying that we are just normal people, we have nothing to do with that, and our journalists always try to tell that you're coming to kill us anyway, and your son was with weapon 9 months in Ukraine, he was killing people, he was doing some tasks against civilians and against our country in general, and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, this is what they are saying to everybody, so this is not something that we need to focus on, we know these things. But the interesting point, what she pinpoint, she said that she know that he's captured soldier, because he's captured soldier already more than 1 month, I guess 1.5 months now. And on the moment when they was recording this interview, and she said that I was going so much to some local military department, and they was saying that yeah, we know that he is captured, because what's happening actually with these captured soldiers, once he is captured, Russian army actually don't know what happened with him. Is he killed? Is he captured? Is he disappeared somewhere? So they are not applying for him to Ministry of Defense to have him in exchange list. But in reality, relatives, if they know by any means that this guy got captured, they need to go to their local department, military kind of department, and they will say that, oh, okay, this guy, he is captured, he is not dead. Then they will apply for the list for the exchange. And she said she was doing this 1.5 months, and every time the guys down in their local level, they are saying that, yeah, we know that he's captured, but they keep submitting him and reporting in the list that no, he's not captured, he's still on the battlefield, he's still fighting, and everything is fine. So actually they are even lying to their top Ministry of Defense, so even their ministry is not sure how many guys are really on the field. Maybe this is better for Ukrainians, because they will think that they are more, and they are much less in reality. Anyway, this is what they was reporting. So she said finally after 1.5 months they put him on this exchange list, and maybe he could come and return home soon. So that was the story. Not such bright and interesting stories like from the first soldiers that I was telling you, but still there is something to say. And if you want to hear more interesting stories, subscribe to my channel to not miss new videos. Okay guys, thanks for watching this video. Bye bye.